Stay on. Stay on.
No!
Hello friends. Finding solutions for powering terrain is always a challenging one. USB power banks are often too big to hide in our terrain and their wiring is too bulky. I'm going to show you a new product available from Terrain-Tronics that can solve some of these problems for you. Hello everyone, my name is David Roach. I run Terrain-Tronics in my spare time. I make and sell different solutions to help you bring lights, sound and interactivity to your tabletop gaming terrain, dioramas and book nooks. Many start their addiction to upgrading their terrain by adding LED candles from the Dollar Tree. These fantastic gateway drugs really can't do much other than power a single LED or two. Anything more than this reduces the battery life or the total output brightness. Those that want to do smarter things and drive LED strips, have remote controls, move motors and so on, have to find a higher power density solution. Now USB power banks are a simple and easy solution, however they do have challenges. Many are bulky, expensive and power off after 30 seconds unless you pull lots of power.
Stay on.
No!
The challenge with Tabletop Terrain is not simply to replace the battery, but to charge it, boost the voltage to 5 volts when needed, and switch the power on and off as needed. With a rechargeable battery used, it also needs to protect the battery from short circuits and over discharge. I recently started designing such a solution myself, but found alternatives from the single board computer community. Many of these single board computers run from a simple USB power supply. However, many folks have started to try and find a solution for an uninterruptible power supply. Here is the Wemos battery shield. Let's have a bit of a walk about the board. On the top here are pin header holes to get a constant 3 volts or 5 volt output. For anything using a Wemos D1 mini or an RGB LED strip, you'll want to use the 5 volt. For a simple Conwy in most cases, use the 3 volt output. These pins always output that voltage, even if the little switch on the board is in the off position. And you can use either wire wrap or some of the other pre-made wires to connect to your circuit boards nice and easily. Down here on the side you have a USB input, so you can charge the battery from your PC or the wall brick that you're going to use. Then over here is a power switch. Now note, this switch only connects the 5 volts that's normally always on the circuit board to the USB connector. It does not stop the 5 volt boost circuit from being on. Now that's important because if you're running your circuit from one of the pin headers, it's not going to switch off if you toggle that little switch. You'll need a separate switch for that. And this is where you'll put in your 18650 battery. These can be bought at Amazon for about $5 a piece. Now what's in the box from Terrain-Tronics? When you buy this 18650 board from Terrain-Tronics, you'll also get 4 screws and a 3D printed backplate that allow you to hot glue the module to the inside of your terrain without the danger of messing up the components that are on the back side of the board. Now for reference, the distance between the mounting holes are on the screen right now. Now I sure can't compete with Amazon on price, but I sure can on service. You can download the 3D files for this and other products with the URL that you receive when you buy any LEDs from Terrain-Tronics. These boards are now available from Terraintronics.com and they offer all the features including a USB output connector, so you can use an included short USB cable if you want to power something as simple as a Conwy Castle. How could you use this board? The easiest way to use this product is with a short USB cable that's bundled with a kit. That way, you take advantage of the switch that's on the board and avoid needing to solder in any way, shape or form. If you're running tight on space and you'd like to take advantage of the small micro switches on board, it can be easily done by adding a wire to the pin on the switch. Once the wire is confirmed to be in place and working correctly, I then strongly suggest using a little super glue or UV reactive glue to hold the wire in place. Remember that it's the wire you want to hold in place and not the metal to the pin, but the rest of the wire to the board. There are many ground pins connectors on the board that can be soldered to as well, and they are well marked. And then the other side can easily be wire wrapped or soldered to your Terrain-Tronics Conwy or Wemos D1 board. And finally, if you do have any questions about this product, please go ahead, ask them below in the comments or give us some feedback on what you'd like to see in the next generation of a product like this. I'm David from Terraintronics.com. Thank you again. Speak to you next time.